So you know how we live out in Arizona and it's always hot. The sun's always out. There's never any clouds. It certainly never snows here, especially in March. Never ever. But it does. And it is. I seem to be one of the few people who doesn't find snow all that pretty. I'd rather it just never snow ever, like ever, again, ever. I'd just be nice. No snow ever. I know what you're thinking. There's no pleasing this guy. He complains all year that there's never any rain or any precipitation. Now we're actually getting some, and he still complains. Yeah, that's basically what's happening. We're supposed to go wine tasting today with a friend of ours who's making like an hour-and-a-half trip down because this is wine country in Arizona.
And it's Pierce Wine Trail weekend.
But now we have very cold and snowy weather in mid-March, just in time for the Pierce Wine Trail. Meanwhile, we're making BLTs. And by we, I mean my culinary genius wife.
They're just BLTs. But BLTs are made extra better. She's a wordsmith too.
Wordsmith, that's a good way to put it.
When you toast the bread in the bacon fat.
Yes.
Trick.
Bacon fat. Yes. Trick. We're gonna eat, then we're gonna go, and we're gonna see how it goes. So yesterday went well. As you can see, the snow is already melted from the ground, though we do have snow once again on our mountains.
And they're beautiful.
Which is cool. We started off at Talking Irons, one of our favorite local coffee shops with pastries and stuff. Then we went to 1764, a newer winery, and then we finished off our time at Four Tails. That's the winery that we like to volunteer our time to bottle and things like that. So you've probably seen them before.
It was a lot of fun.
It was cool, but we had a windbreak. Sometimes we were inside,
but like
in their well-ventilated area. Yeah. So yeah, it went way better than I thought it might.
And they do it every month, so we're probably gonna go next month too.
That's right. Welcome to the spring. And springtime in the desert Southwest brings two things. One, warmer temperatures, as you might expect.
Besides the snow we just had.
Besides the snow that you saw at the beginning of this video. And two, the winds. It is the windy season in Arizona and the desert Southwest in general. And when you're out here in the middle of the desert, there's literally no windbreak. So almost every day in the spring you'll have 20, 30, 40 mile an hour sustained winds sometimes, and they get progressively more severe, stronger as the day goes on. So the heat of the day, around 3 or 4, you're gonna get blown to bits if you're outside. That's why you take a walk earlier in the day like this, when the winds are a little bit calmer and you can stand to be outside. The weather can be relentless in the Southwest in the spring, so that's even more pronounced. You'll feel it more when you're in an RV. Luckily, we're not right now, we're in a house, but if you are in an RV in a windy area, one thing that we've learned, and we've talked about this before, is you park into the wind if possible, so you're not broadside to the wind, and that will really shake your RV. Even the heaviest RVs, you'll shake, and it will be very annoying. So whenever possible, park your nose or your butt in the direction of where you think the wind's gonna be, and that's gonna help minimize the shake in your RV.
The other thing that does is it means that you might be able to open your windows. Because if you're getting broadsided by the wind, you can't open your windows because you'll get so much dust in your RV, and it gets warm. So by having the wind coming at you from the butt or the front, you can open the side windows and get a little bit of cross ventilation without having it be like completely dust covered inside.
And out here, the wind tends to come from the south or the west or the southwest, usually. And unfortunately, that's the side that our patio is on, the side of our house that our patio is on. So we get blown when we're sitting out there. If the wind would just come from the north more, we'd have a nice patio windbreak, but we don't, but that's okay. That's okay. And it gets so windy that it knocks over our chairs, and as you can see, we just kind of keep them down now because they're gonna get knocked over again anyway. And sometimes we'll find our couch cushions pretty much like halfway across the property because the wind blows them away. This one's down there. Who wants their treat? Who wants their treat? Does Penny? Does Penny want their treat? Good girl. Oh, that salad was good. Sometimes you just want some light green stuff for lunch. That's what we had. It was fantastic. Okay, come outside. I want to show you something else. And one of the things that a lot of people do around here to take care of their trash is they use a burn barrel. So that's what we have here with a little screen on top so the wind doesn't blow the ash and stuff away, but this is a very common thing out here. And I just have to pick the days where it's not overly windy to reduce the risk of starting a wildfire, which of course I don't want to do. Or just do it very early in the morning. Yes. And if your trash cans are out, actually we have a missing.
Things blow away.
Gotta make sure your lids are on, which I didn't do. We have one lid here. I think I just found this lid. I swear we didn't plan this. Make sure all your trash lids are on. This bag is out because it's a little bit too full for that. So it's just kind of in this little windbreak here so it doesn't blow down. And the wind is also why we have this chimenea instead of a fire pit. Most people might have a fire pit. We did when we were traveling, but this chimenea is more enclosed and it keeps your fires a little bit more safe. You put the top on, ash doesn't come out. These grates keep the ash in and a nice, safe, warm fire. And one last thing, I really need to get this off my chest. Whenever people find out that we live out here in the country, one of their first questions is, so what do you do for food? Safeway. What do you do for, I mean, we live out in the middle of the country. We don't live on Mars. So yes, it takes us like 40 minutes to go to a grocery store, but we just plan ahead and we do everything we can each time we go out. So I would say we actually drive less here than we did in a city because we plan ahead and we do more each time we go out. And I'd say we go out probably, I don't know, maybe twice a week, and that's it. So it works well, but yeah, Safeway, Walmart, closest city is about 40 minutes away. So that's what we do for food. Just wanted to throw that in there.
There's also delivery. We get Penny's food on delivery.
Yep.
Your food comes in the UPS, huh? Yeah, Penny doesn't like the wind. No, she does not like the wind.
Crazy.
Silly girl.
And that's it for this video, but before we go, we want to show you one of the coolest gifts we've ever gotten. And by we, I mean Courtney from a friend of ours. It's perfect.
It's from our friends Stacy and Alex, and it made me cry.
Uh-oh.
Some of you may remember this photo that Steve took in Colorado a couple years back, and they got it made into a painting. Isn't that sweet?
I think it's perfect. I think it's
so
beautiful.
Perfect. And so now we're gonna have to go and get a mat and a frame so we can put it up on the wall.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
And this was hand painted from the photo, so that's just a service that did that. It's perfect.
It is perfect. Thanks, guys. And bye.
You gonna say bye, Penny? Say bye, Penny. Say bye. Yeah.